with real estate, if you have 40,000 real estate agents, you have 40,000 real estate agents that are all doing the same thing. They're going to the PTA meeting, they're going to the golf course, they're going to the Rotary Club, the chamber meeting, whatever, where there's, all of their competitions there. I mean, they're doing nothing to set themselves apart. So what I learned working for this one company is that you have to have a program. You have to have a program that sets you apart. Because honestly, I could probably do 5 or 10 deals a year, spend no money on marketing, spend no money on anything really, just try to live off of friends and families and people you bump into. But that's a very, very boring life. You want to grow, 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 keep growing until you hand it off to somebody. Because in real estate, you want the deals to continually come in. You don't want to be wondering where your next deal is going to come from. So I understand that nobody cares about Art Thompson. Zero people care about me. And when I go to a total stranger's home and I present them with a program, they know that this program was designed for them. It was designed for the consumer to put more money in their pocket.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Investor Fuel podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kesil. Today, I'm joined by someone I'm looking forward to chatting with, Art Thompson, who's been making serious moves in the real estate space, working as an agent. So, yeah, excited to have you here on the show today, Art. I think our listeners are really going to take something away from how you're approaching understanding this real estate business and your unique lens on the structure that you have with your clients. So let's dive in.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me.
Awesome. So first off, for those who are not familiar with you and your world, can you give the short version of what your main focus is?
So I founded a program about a year ago called Common Sense Real Estate 101 that really, in my opinion, takes real estate in a direction that it should be going, where we spend more on marketing, less on cost, so that the consumer, the person who has the home, who is selling the home, who has equity in the home, is actually keeping more of that equity in their pocket. While the buyer who is buying the home, especially with home prices now at an all-time high, interest rates at an all-time high, they need all the opportunity they can to actually purchase the home. So being eliminating a portion or a large percentage of the real estate commission allows the home seller, again, to keep more equity in their pocket while the buyer is able to maybe better afford the home because the price is a little less. And we can use that excess equity or closing costs, whatever you want to say, to reduce the interest rate, reduce the closing costs, just bring more buyers to our listing. And that's really kind of my focal point for the last year, which has really set us apart from the traditional real estate agent.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you expand on how this process works with your customers?
Yeah, so we've got a few lead bases that we have out there, and a lot of times it's the cash for homes, the people who let us in their house, thinking that we're going to give them market value for their home or overpay for their home, which obviously we're not. So I kind of look at that as kind of a scam, and when I go into the seller's home, who's looking for that you know pie in the sky number for their house, I'll let them know. I was like, okay, your house isn't in distress. You're not in financial distress, or you don't look like you're in financial distress. So why are we not putting your house on the market so that we can make sure we get the highest market value for your home? And then when I pivot and I counter that with and show them my commission structure, it all just kind of falls into place there. Yeah, absolutely. Let's move forward. Let's get it on the market. You've guaranteed a really small commission with everything that you're doing. So that's the the turning point or the process that we're going. Now, at the same time, I do have investors. I've got 25, 50 investors on the side who, if the home is in distress or they're going through a divorce, they got a job change, they need to sell, immediately. I mean, I do have investors there prepared, but unlike typical wholesalers or investors that are in there to only buy their home from them, I'm being straight shooter with them. I'm telling them the pros and cons of both of it. And that the reality of it is, if they're not in distress, they really don't need to give away 25, 40% of their equity to someone on day one that's just walking in. So that's, and it's really paid dividends over the last year of really kind of putting myself on the side of the consumer, letting them know that I'm their advocate and not really there to just steal their equity, which they think that's what we're there for anyway, when we're trying to do a cash offer. And, that's not really what we're doing. But if the house is in distress, one, we can't sell it. Nobody can get a loan on it. The people don't have the money to remodel it who are currently living there. So in those circumstances, we do need to sell to an investor who can actually rehab the home. But 9 times out of 10, I can switch them to putting it on the market. Reduce commission is going to put more money in your pocket.
Amazing. And what markets are you operating in?
So I'm in the Phoenix, Scottsdale market. Maricopa County in general is where Phoenix and Scottsdale are located. Have about 7 million people total. So, I mean, right now we have about 24,000 homes, residential homes on the market. They're building apartments like crazy here. So there's the new build side of the here has about 10 months of inventory. So whenever we meet with someone that's bought in the last 2 years, particularly, especially where they're building new builds all the way around it. I mean, these people are upside down. They're definitely in distress. They're going to face a short sale, foreclosure, possibly bankruptcy, but or just wait it out, which could be years and years because the homeowners or the home builders are slashing their prices, they're lowering the interest rate, they're doing everything they can possibly to get their inventory sold, which there's so many home buyers that bought from these new home builders in these areas, especially in the northwest part of Phoenix, the southwest part of Phoenix. southeast. So it's on the about an hour outskirts from downtown Phoenix is where all this is going on. So that's where the affordable housing is. But the homeowners to resell their home there, they just have no chance.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, what has been like your key to keeping the business running smoothly?
If you're looking for consistent, high quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
With real estate, if you have 40,000 real estate agents, you have 40,000 real estate agents that are all doing the same thing. They're going to the PTA meeting, they're going to the golf course, they're going to the Rotary Club, the chamber meeting, whatever, where there's, all of their competitions there. I mean, they're doing nothing to set themselves apart. So what I learned working for this one company is that you have to have a program. You have to have a program that sets you apart. Because honestly, I could probably do 5 or 10 deals a year, spend no money on marketing, spend no money on anything really, just try to live off of friends and families and people you bump into. But that's a very, very boring life. You want to grow, 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 keep growing until you hand it off to somebody. Because in real estate, you want the deals to continually come in. You don't want to be wondering where your next deal is going to come from. So I understand that nobody cares about Art Thompson. Zero people care about me. And when I go to a total stranger's home and I present them with a program, they know that this program was designed for them. It was designed for the consumer to put more money in their pocket. They can interview 10 other agents, 100 other agents. I'm probably one of the only agents who actually asked for the consumer to interview me while they interview other agents in the same location. I will definitely show up when other agents are there because they will not show up because they're only going to tell you about how great they are, what they've done, how they're going to, hopefully sell your house. But I just do everything completely different. I show them the program. The program is something that every single consumer is going to agree with from A to Z. I've covered every possible objection that they can come up with. If they don't want to follow my plan on doing the home sale, then we'll follow your plan. You do it. Do it for sale by owner. We'll do everything you want to. I'll spend the money on marketing. We'll keep the commission to change. I'll never call you. I'll never talk to you. I'll never give you any advice on what your price could be. Now, when we do that listing presentation for that, that's going to be a 12 to 24-month listing presentation or a commitment, because they are eventually going to call me and want my advice when nobody's showing up for the house. They aren't getting any offers. So with mine, we try to do a 6-month commitment. And if they're able to at least give me 2 months of that to do what I want to with the home to bring them offers, and if we don't achieve what they want, even though it's a 6-month commitment, if we don't achieve what they want in a 2-month period, and they want out of it, I'll let them out of it without any questions asked. So in this industry, you have to be different because everybody else is exactly the same. They're all doing social media, showing you what they've sold, what they've listed, just everything about it. So you've got to get in the door. Getting in the door is not easy, but once you're in the door, can you close 100% of the time? Where I close 100% of the time I'm in the door if it's a serious person who wants to sell their home. If I leave without the listing presentation or without the listing agreement, they're meeting with other agents, they call me back. Whereas before, when I was just trying to sell them on me, they would never call back because someone else would beat you on the commission. They would beat you on this or that. And because they're front and center in front of them at the kitchen table, they just go ahead and sign. But, for me, it's been a complete game changer, and, we're gonna just, keep going up. So when the market does turn, it's gonna be lights out for our competition, and you do have to be cordial to other realtors. I mean, they are, in your business.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
I mean, they do have buyers agents who bring you buyers. So, I mean, obviously you have to be cordial, but if I'm not making money and closing real estate deals, nobody's bringing Art Thompson a check to help him out. They're just not. And I don't expect them to. So this is a competition. I always compare it to, hey, if I'm making the greatest cheeseburger on the planet and I'm charging $5, I'm going to beat out all the other great cheeseburgers that are selling 10 or are selling it for $10. And that's what I offer the consumers that other realtors don't. I offer them that great marketing, the great strategy to get offers on their home at half the price, if not less. So there's just no way they can say no. I mean, you just took the objections completely away from them.
Yeah, that sounds like a very unique and powerful strategy. I definitely think that can be something that a lot of agents could implement and, yeah, have something unique under their name.
Yeah, now I do have a non-disclosure agreement that if anybody wants to learn more about it, there's no cost to it. But, we would have to, do some type of referral agreement on that. But to give you every step all the way, kind of the mindset of how I see the future of real estate, all these type of scenarios is something that you can implement on your own, but you can't take my idea that I give to you and promote it, market it, or do anything like that. But on a individual listing presentation, absolutely, you can use it, no cost, no referral fee, or anything like that. But if you want to go to the level I am, you absolutely 100% would have to sign a non-disclosure agreement where you would not be marketing the program that I put forth to you.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense to have that coverage. So, what are you most focused on solving or scaling next?
Well, it's anytime you're in sales, it's just leads. I mean, again, if we're, I mean, this it sounds like pie in the sky, but if we're closing everybody we talk to, I just need more. So in this market, it's very saturated. There's a lot of advertising going on. There's a lot of people where consumers turn their heads and they go this direction when they should be going another direction. So getting in front of the consumer on a consistent basis is the biggest thing that I'll stay awake all night, every night, trying to figure out.
And what are some of the strategies for you right now in doing that?
Yeah, so I mean, I've tried Google, I've tried Facebook, Instagram ads all on my own with little success. So I kind of have started not advertising, but investing in companies that already do it, that already have virtual assistants, appointment setters, and things like that. So I have found a couple that are working out pretty well, but I mean, I just look for, I'll write a check to anybody at any time if they tell me they can do something, but they have a short period of time to produce or I'm gone. And I do have a couple places that are producing at a level that is keeping it going. But, to try and find that perfect scenario where we get the word out so people call us because unfortunately consumers, I mean, they want to be lied to. They want to be kind of massaged. They want to be kind of like the truth kind of gray, just like the cash for homeowners. Hey, we're going to give you market value for your home. You can live in your home for 6 months after we buy it. No closing costs, no commission, no, 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 no. And we all know that's a lie, but that's all the advertisers. That's all of them. And that's what gets you in the door. So I do partner with those, but I'm trying to develop something that the consumer can grasp hold to so that they, you know, can trust that they're getting the best deal. Because everybody wants to believe that their house is worth 1 million when it's worth 700,000. I mean, that's just the truth of the matter. And unfortunately, it just takes time for a person to realize it's not worth 1 million. It's only worth 700. They don't come to that realization on our first meeting. So we do have to kind of let them price it wherever they want to. And then we kind of get down to the nuts and bolts of our program later down the process. But yeah, my biggest goal is just to try to convince consumers that what they've been doing, what they've been hearing is not the norm. It's not the direction real estate's going.
Yeah, absolutely. And are you educating these consumers like through other platforms, or is this just like in your conversations with your clients? How does that process look like?
Yeah, the conversation with the clients. I mean, I have a database of about 15,000 people. I send out a newsletter, so I'm always hitting them. The Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube page. All of the things that I put out are just to educate, educate, educate. So to try to get people to reach out to you versus you reaching out to them. You're going to be able to close a lot more deals if they seen what you've done, understand what you're kind of preaching to them, and they reach out to you and like, hey, I'm interested in knowing more. So if you can get them to say, I'm interested in knowing more, then I mean, you're going to get the listing.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what are like some of your biggest goals for, I don't know, the upcoming year or the next few years?
Well, I mean, I worked at a company that we were doing about 12% of all the business in Phoenix at one time during the height of the market. So we had 300 agents doing 12% of the business out of 40,000 agents. So every one of our agents were doing 15 or 20 deals where the average agent was doing one or two. So, and that's even at the height of the market. Now the average agent is doing zero. So my goals are a little kind of in outer space. I mean, I really want to get to the five, six, 700 deals a month going, so that we can really take over the market. And I do think that that's possible because I've seen it done with an inferior product. So it is possible. But, you know, again, this market is super slow. There's a ton of inventory on the market. There's very few closings going on. So, you know, and this is a perfect time to educate so that when the kind of the worm does turn, the people are ready to jump on board and they already know what to expect from us.
Yeah, I love that. So important. So, before we wrap up here, if someone wants to reach out, connect, learn more from you, what is the best place for them to find you?
Yeah, so you can go to Common Sense, SENSE, real estate 101.com, or the short is CSRE101.com. I also have an app which is called the Tommy app, TOMMI, which can be found on the Apple Store, Google Play. It's an app similar to Zillow, but it's only specific to Arizona's MLS. The great thing, if you're in real estate and you guys are listening, you know that Zillow doesn't put all the homes on their app anymore. If you don't meet certain guidelines, they remove that home. On the app that I show my clients, every home that's available in the MLS in the Arizona area is on this app. Also, it has our partners for moving, cleaning, window washing, plumbing, electric, all stops. It really eliminates their need to use Zillow. And most people agree that the Zillow home prices on there, people go on there to check their values. Those are exaggerated or they're way behind. So, but they're never accurate. And on the Tommy app, even though we don't give the home value on that, you can request a home value straight from us. And on the Tommy app, if you use that to buy, we credit back to the buyer anything over 2% that we're able to get the seller to pay. So if they sign an agreement with us, they're going to pay 3%. The seller agrees to pay 3%, we're going to give them back 1% for their closing costs. So that's just another way that we eliminate our competition because the seller or the consumer is going to have to ask for that discount, where I'm giving them that discount on day one without them having to ask for it. But yeah, absolutely. You can find me on Facebook, Art Thompson, Instagram, Yahoo, or YouTube, and I'm happy to answer any questions. You can also email me at art@csre101.com.
Perfect. Well, listen, I appreciate your time, your story, and your perspective. So thank you again for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the opportunity.
Of course. And for those of you tuning in, if you got value from this, make sure you've subscribed. We have more conversations coming with operators just like Art who are building real businesses. And we'll see you all on our next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.